I guess we should start it. Am I doing the intro again, or does one of you guys want to?
Intro.
Episode 2.
Welcome to Degen 101.
Episode 2. We actually said the name of the podcast this time. I realized we didn't say it one time in the first episode while I was.
I feel like
that's actually really fucking funny.
I feel like because I brought up the thing where I'm just like, are we married to this name? And it's like, I kind of, it's just kind of like we're married to it now.
Listeners,
yeah.
We're at least engaged.
The name might change. The name might not change. We'll see how it feels.
I did think of this.
There might be a very messy divorce later.
Yeah, we're engaged. we haven't said the vows yet to this name. But
I did tell James this. If we build a community, though, we can call our viewers our students, which is
we can just call them degenerates.
That's also true, but it being like Degen 101, I don't know. That just seemed like a good name for me.
Guys, we could call our chat detention when we stream.
we could call...
No, that's when they get banned. If they get like banned or timed out, like you're going to detention.
And
someone put that man in detention.
So then we can just do, instead of it being chat, it's all right, class.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you boys.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Where were you, or do you remember where you were when Osama bin Laden was killed?
I don't even remember when Osama bin Laden was killed. See, tell you the God's honest truth.
2011.
Was that Obama or Bush?
That was Obama.
That was during Obama. So I bring this up because I remember exactly where I was, and it's been brought up a few. Well, meaning you didn't answer. Do you have an answer?
Dude, I was probably watching like Raw when John Cena said, Osama bin Laden has been captured and compromised to a permanent end.
This is when I brought it up. That wasn't at Raw. That was at Extreme Rules. I saw it as a clip in the morning before I went to school. I was fucking 11, right? 2011. John Cena wrestles for the WWE Championship at fucking Extreme Rules. And I keep seeing this clip come up. That's why I'm bringing it up now, because it's so funny. He wins the WWE Championship. And he gets on the announce table. He grabs the mic and he says, "As your WWE champion, I have an announcement to make." And he starts talking about how much he loves the military and all that stuff. And he goes, "I'm happy to announce we have captured and compromised to a permanent end Osama bin Laden." And the crowd loses their mind. It's the most surreal thing I've ever seen in my mind. And me being 11, I fucking thought he did it. I thought he got him.
He was the one who did it.
Cena was the one to capture and permanently end Osama bin Laden.
There was a brief moment, like 10 or 11-year-old Logan was like, "Holy shit." John Cena called. I had no idea who Osama bin Laden was at this time. I was a fucking child.
You're like, "Holy shit, John Cena killed a man."
Dude, I thought he had a hand in it. I was like, cause like I didn't watch pay-per-view because I couldn't afford those as a kid because I didn't have $60 laying around. But I think I saw it either in the morning or like Raw that night, right? Because it happened at like fucking 10:30 at night when it happened. And yeah, I was like, I don't know who this is, but John Cena got him. That's my hero right there. That's my champion. So I was just wondering if you guys remember where you were, because I remember exactly where the fuck I was.
How do you think John Cena did it?
Probably a choke.
Were you thinking that far?
No. He clearly hit him with an attitude adjustment and pinned him for the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, obviously. maybe through a table.
Maybe.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
then the Navy SEALs came in and took care of business.
Do you think Bin Laden could stand in the ring with some of your top wrestlers?
All right, boot up 2K right now. We gotta figure this out.
Do I think he could be a wrestler today? Is what you're asking?
Do you think he could be a wrestler?
Well, no, he's dead.
I think if you ask like two.
God, we have an issue.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
I was trying to open a drink and it kind of exploded. Oh God.
Oh no.
You gotta take a picture of the mess if there's a bad one.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's not. It's just a couple little like splashes on the desk. Right. It's not bad.
But to answer your question, I think if you asked me in like early 90s or late 90s or 2000s, I think him as a character would get away with it because they just did whatever the fuck they wanted to. Current day, I don't think it'd go over very well. No. I think it'd be. Go ahead.
You're telling me an Osama bin Laden character would not go over well? Come on, man.
No. I'm gonna say it. I don't think that would go over well, to be honest with you. However, speaking of wrestling, we're getting into this pretty early. Rob and Jason, I have a game for you guys.
Okay.
God.
I mean, I think you can't play, but what we're gonna do? Let me get this. I made a PowerPoint for this. Let me get this full screen.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm gonna go open this in my
did some
bathroom
work.
so it doesn't explode anymore. Hold on. You keep doing your thing.
Okay. Let me hold on. Display. How do I?
Or are you gonna screen share something
Okay,
to us?
I'm screen sharing it on all 3 screens. I'm kind of scared.
Oh.
How did I? What the fuck? We're good.
Are you sure? You don't need to
Discord's
step away to
gone.
have a problem?
no, I am.
All right, crisis averted. Crisis averted. We're good.
I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's so cold.
Why? Hold on. I gotta get this. Play from the beginning. Okay. How do I get? What? Why is it showing 2 slides? I don't want to show the next slide. How do I get to not do that? Need you guys to vamp for a second.
So did you guys know?
Oh, I got it.
You know
it.
what?
Okay.
Oh, he got it. Okay. I want to know what you were gonna
Okay,
say.
Yeah, I
so
want
did
to
you-
know what you know.
Yeah.
Did you
I
guys
also
know
do.
Bin Laden was 6'5"?
Holy shit!
Man's was
know.
fucking
I
tall.
did know. I did know that.
That's a tall man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know Osama could ball like that.
Okay. So
That would be the
this
craziest
is-
thing I've ever said.
Oh god, here it is.
Welcome to Is This Wrestler Real or
Oh
Fake?
good lord.
Are you recording? You're recording the screen.
No, I will right now because I forgot to do it. Thank you for reminding me.
There you go.
It's
Yep.
there. It is. Oh, that did not show the view I wanted, but let me change that real.
All right. So while he's fixing that, I'm gonna tell you guys. I did a Pop-Tart poll.
Okay.
This is just very quick, based off our conversation last
Where
episode.
did you do it?
I had 4. At work. I asked 4
Okay.
people. I have 4 different answers from all 4 people.
That's very
Right?
interesting. Okay.
Okay, I want to hear these
We-
before we do this.
We have 1 for the chocolate fudge.
Why?
Wait,
Okay.
the question was between strawberry and cinnamon. What the fuck happened?
I guess no. I asked them what Pop-Tart they thought of because I was
Okay.
curious.
Okay.
This was the question. So
Okay.
I said, "What Pop-Tart do you think of when you think of Pop-Tarts?" I had 1 chocolate fudge. I had 1 for cherry, which was
Okay, that's
whack
wrong.
as fuck.
That's wrong. That's just wrong.
And then I had 1 for each brown sugar, cinnamon, and strawberry.
Ooh, we
So-
gotta ask more people. This is gonna be
Okay.
recurring.
So
I
I
have-
think this is gonna be a recurring segment. We gotta keep asking more
I
people.
have an
Someone
update
needs to keep a
that-
tally.
I have an update because I did ask someone, and we have another point for strawberry. Wait, was
okay,
it strawberry or the
okay.
brown sugar cinnamon? Hold on, I
Oh,
gotta
no.
ask. I gotta text Dana and ask her. Hold on, I can't remember.
I knew it was fucking Dana.
Of course it's Dana. I don't talk to anybody else.
Yeah. Rob, can you keep an official tally for
I'm
us?
gonna keep an official tally, and if I forget about it, oh no.
Well, right now it's 3 for brown sugar, 3 for strawberry, 1 for cherry, 1 for like chocolate fudge.
Should
whatever
I?
Dana
You know
said.
what? I should put this on a fucking text document here.
Yeah.
We'll make it after. We'll make it
I'm
after.
putting it on
Yeah,
right
that's
now. Pop-Tart tally.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, the Degen 101 official Pop-Tart tally.
Yeah. We
By the
gotta
way-
we gotta update this all the time.
I had a new Pop-Tart today that I never had before.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
It was a strawberry milkshake flavored Pop-Tart.
I saw pictures of
I've
those.
seen it. Was it good?
You know what? Dana
It
said
was-
she really
it-
liked those.
Really?
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad, but like I don't know who it's for because like it's the most like processed I've ever felt like a milkshake had tasted. It's like if you're a fan of strawberries, I don't think it'd be your favorite, but if you're a fan of like the strawberry milkshake flavor, I don't think you'd be a huge fan of it either. Like it didn't really taste like a strawberry milkshake that much. There was like hints of it. Like it wasn't bad, but I just don't know who it's for exactly.
Interesting.
Interesting. I kind of want to try
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, I recommend you guys try it. I feel like our recurring bets are going to be trying.
We need to do a Pop-Tart tier list. It's gonna happen at some point on this podcast.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We need to like
absolutely.
we need to buy like all the Pop-Tarts and each take a bite of like one of them and like do like a whole tier list. I do every Pop-Tart. Anyways, now that we got past the Pop-Tarts for now, I have a game. It is, if you're both looking, is this wrestler real or fake? And it's a test for Jason and Rob. And so what me and Mandingy decided because he helped me make this. Is that you two are going to be competing, and there's going to be a point system, which I will keep track of on my phone here. And whoever wins is going to be the first official podcast champion. So, and how that will work is whenever someone presents a game like this, like if you guys make something or make something stupid like that or write stuff down, the championship will be on the line, and we'll have a recurring podcast champion. So I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. All right.
Hold on.
All right. I'm here for it.
I'm making a scoreboard. Hold on. I'm on my phone real quick.
Damn. So we didn't have this all set up.
Jason. I didn't think about the scoreboard. I made an entire PowerPoint. What do you mean I didn't have this set up?
Yeah, there's a whole PowerPoint presentation for this shit, dude.
Nope.
Come
All
on.
right. You guys ready for the first one?
Yes.
Is this wrestler real or fake? Oh. All right. We have Pork Chop Jones versus the Gobbledygooker.
Gobbledygooker is real.
So,
Jason, what do you think?
I'm going into this, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be a sweep for me because my dad is a huge wrestling fan. So I've absorbed a lot of wrestling through osmosis. I do.
You mean WrestleMosis?
WrestleMosis, correct.
Yes.
I don't think Porkchop Jones is goofy enough to be a wrestler. So I'm gonna go with the Gobbledygooker.
My reasoning is based solely on the picture. Porkchop Jones looks like fucking AI. The Gobbledygooker looks like an actual fucking dude dressed up like a fucking turkey.
So, I can tell you that none of these pictures are AI, and don't look at the picture quality, because some of them are can be from movies or TV shows or from a filter.
He looks like he's not he's got too much stuff going on to be a wrestler.
And the Gobbledygooker doesn't?
Yes. He's got too many hand things going on. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
as someone that knows
picture.
the answer, me not trying to sway you, the Gobbledygooker doesn't have too much going on. That's a fucking man in a turkey costume.
Yeah, it's a costume.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's a whole costume. And the point of it,
okay.
I think, is just to be fucking hilarious.
Okay, but the Pork Chop Jones picture is a promo picture, like they take backstage for a character silhouette.
It'd be an 8x10 that they'd sign at like a meet meet and greet.
All right, but you guys are both picking the Gobbledygooker, huh?
I'm going Gobbledygooker. Yeah, final answer.
You guys are both correct.
Yeah,
the Gobbledygooker is in fact real. If you want some context, he was he came out of a giant egg at Survivor Series 1989.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
right?
they just hyped up this egg forever, and he came out of it, and he just danced around, and he's been a recurring joke that everyone hates.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm all for the Gobbledygooker.
There he is dancing. All right, our next round. Real or fake? The Swamp Monster versus the Sea Creature.
What?
There's a lot going on in both pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot here for you guys to digest.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I mean,
Jason's broken.
The Swamp Monster is pictured with other what looks like very, very non-professional wrestlers.
And they're in a community center.
They're in a community center.
But how do you know that they're wrestlers? How do you know they're not actors?
Well, considering
there's
the fact
no
that
way
one's
these guys are actors.
Considering the fact
or school
that
mascots.
One's in a unitard and the other one is wearing their red shorts over their green leggings, I think it's safe to say that they're wrestlers.
I want you to know that the guy in the unitard is wearing an apron over that unitard, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, he is. I also want to point out that the guy wearing the Ninja Turtle shirt with his green shorts over his tights there, he's got furry tights.
Yeah.
That is true.
I don't understand why, but he does.
Now the question is this picture a fake out and the sea creature is the real wrestler?
I feel like the answer is yes, because I feel like the Swamp Monster is just it's just like a fucking... Is it just a ghillie suit?
I'm not going to say. I'm just going to let you guys guess before we talk about it.
I'm going to say I'm gonna go with my gut, and my gut is
just
saying
a
Swamp Monster. My vote is for Swamp Monster. He's the wrestler.
You know what? My fucking vote is for the sea creature.
You're picking the sea creature.
I'm picking the sea creature. I think we talked a lot about the Swamp Monster, a lot of what's going on in him. I feel like the sea creature this screen cap could have easily been taken from like a fucking bit on TV. I'm 100% for the sea creature.
All right, the correct answer is the Swamp Monster is real.
Yeah, I kind of wanted the sea creature to be real.
I'll explain where it comes from later, but it'll be spoilers for future ones, so I'm gonna wait for that. But yeah, there he is wrestling. He is best friends with a wrestler named Orange Cassidy.
I think I'm understanding how like the which ones work and which ones don't, and I'm like I feel like I've kind of got a grip on this.
Oh, trust me, you won't.
Oh, trust me, I might.
No, these were the easy ones.
Yeah, I don't. Rob, it's. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Number 3, we have Beaver Cleavage versus
Renee Beret.
versus Renee Beret. You thought you had an understanding, huh, Rob?
See, between the ones that were just full costumes, I've got it. Though Renee Beret screams like absolute like this is like an awful stereotype, and I think Renee Beret is the real guy.
You're guessing Renee Beret.
For as dumb as he looks, he's not even wearing pants. I feel like Renee Beret is the guy.
Yeah, and you know what,
Jason, what are you thinking? Renee Beret or Beaver Cleavage?
I think I want Beaver Cleavage to be real because that's hilarious, and I love this fucking guy, and he looks so fucking goofy. But I think the name and the dude don't match. Or don't match enough, I should say.
Okay, so with Renee Beret, I think he's the wrestler, and I think the reason why he doesn't have pants on is because it's part of the bit. When he's getting ready to rumble, he's gonna tear that shit off, and there's gonna be the most glorious 6-pack you've ever seen. So with that, I'm gonna say it's Renee Beret.
You guys are both talking Renee Beret. Okay, right. And the correct answer is Beaver Cleavage is real.
What?
No.
I was
that being said,
at the last second, but I'm like, no, I want Renee Beret. I want him to be real.
That being said, Renee Beret is a funny image of an actual wrestler, but that's not his like name or gimmick.
I'll explain. So. Yeah, I'll explain. Like that character has never been in the ring before. Like this is just like has this character been in the ring or like before? So Beaver Cleavage. You guys saw the show like I'll Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah.
It was back in like really old show. Yeah, that was Beaver. Well, I think it was just Cleaver. This was a parody on that, except he had a very incestuous relationship with his mom.
Ah.
That's it. That was the bit.
Excellent.
Yeah,
that was the
that was the bit.
Yep. All right.
Terrible.
So right now the score is 2-1 Jason. Next one, Zeus from the movie No Holds Barred, or Randy the Ram Robinson from the movie The Wrestler.
What?
Huh?
Yep. No more information.
Both of these are characters from movies, and one of them has had a real match.
Okay, so they're actual characters from actual movies, but only one of them has actually been in the ring.
Yes.
Yes.
Has had a real match. Yes.
Got it.
One of them has been in the ring and was supposed to have a match, but it got canceled.
Is that the correct answer, or are...
No.
Okay.
No. One of them has actually had a full
One of these guys
match.
has actually had a full-on match.
I have my answer.
Got it.
It was a steel cage
it
match.
is,
Jason, I have my idea, but Jason, please give me yours first.
I think it's Randy.
By the way, before you answer, both these were wrestling movies.
I could kind of get that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can tell one of them. The other one's a little like you can kind of see it, but yeah, go ahead, Jason.
So I think the wrestler is Randy the Ram Robinson from the movie The Wrestler.
You think that's the real
one? I think Randy the Ram Robinson from the movie The Wrestler is the real wrestler.
You're cutting out.
No,
I don't know if it's just me.
I think I'm okay on my recording, but Randy the Ram Robinson from the movie The Wrestler. I think he's the dude.
Okay. Rob, what's your guess?
I'm going Zeus from No Holds Barred.
You're going
I'm
Zeus.
going Zeus.
You have any reasoning?
Yeah.
I feel like Randy's too easy.
And that's
Like,
why I
he,
think
like-
he is the wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. I like, because again, you said both of them were actually scheduled to have matches, but one was canceled.
So one was never announced, but it was like planned and got canceled due to some controversy. Not like controversy with the actor necessarily, but controversy with the guy he's supposed to be doing it with.
Oh,
and kind of
okay.
falling out. It was weird.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, but
you're sticking
I'm
with
sticking
your
with
answer?
Zeus. I'm sticking with Zeus.
All right. Do you like how I put from the movie on both of them?
Yeah.
All right. The correct answer: Zeus
Yes!
is real. And we are tied
Yes!
at.
Did he fight Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, Zeus.
Yes, it is. So okay. So Zeus
Hulk Hogan was
in
in the movie.
Yeah. So Zeus was in a movie called No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan. It was a wrestling movie. But this was after Hulk Hogan was just in Rocky 3. But WWE was like, we got to capitalize on this. He's going to be a big star. And so they brought the actor who played Zeus in to do real matches against Hulk Hogan and have a real feud with him as his character from the movie.
Okay.
I love it.
And then Randy the Ram Robinson is played by Mickey York. He's supposed to have a match with Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. And they had like a confrontation on like a red carpet, and apparently it didn't go well. Like it was supposed to be planned, but it kind of didn't go well, so they canceled the match. He did punch Chris Jericho in the ring, but it was not for a match. By the way, this movie, The Wrestler, is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. It's fucking phenomenal.
Nice.
It will make you cry. Even if you don't like wrestling, it's just a great movie in general. All right, next round. Big Bartholomew versus Hillbilly Jim.
Hillbilly Jim.
This was
Hillbilly
this was
Jim.
a James creation. Right here.
Hillbilly Jim. Final answer.
That's the
Hillbilly
real
Jim.
one?
Final
Jim.
answer, yeah.
Yes. Final answer.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy. Hillbilly
Yeah.
Jim is the real.
I've also heard of
looks
him
like the
before, which is hilarious.
Yeah, this was a James pick because you want to throw it in, and I
I like Big Bartholomew.
Clint
The
Bobinski.
interview by Clint Bobski.
Oh, it's not Bobinski, it's Bobski. Got it.
It's Bobski.
All right, the next round we have Captain Insano versus Captain New Japan.
Japan.
I feel like Captain New Japan is the wrestler.
You know what? I'm going with Captain Insano then.
I feel like
You think Captain Insano's the
I
real
feel
one?
like you're
I think it's-
What's your reasonings?
Jason, you gave your
Well,
answer first.
yeah.
Give your reasoning first.
Captain Insano just feels like you typed wrestler laughing into Google, picked what you first found, and then typed the name in. Captain New Japan actually feels something thought out.
You know what? I'm not changing my my answer, but I kind of want to see.
You can change your answer because I will tell you, both of these things like are real from media. Like I didn't just pull up a random wrestler and put a name on. Like this is an actual like name this person had.
Okay.
It is respective.
So they're
media.
all real wrestlers then? This has all been a lie?
Well, no, not like they actually wrestle, but they've all been like maybe like TV characters that were played a wrestler. or
Got
something
it,
like that.
okay.
Yeah, like from like a
Yeah.
movie or like a show
See-
or
see,
something
you know what's
along those
funny?
lines.
I have not found this particular Captain Insano picture. And I looked up wrestler laughing. I didn't look for Captain Insano. I looked up wrestler laughing because Jason made a point about that. I have not seen the laughing picture of Captain Insano, who is the real guy. Final answer.
I will say I think using Google at all is cheating, but it's fine. So Jason,
I'm
you're
not
saying
using it. I'm
Captain
using it
Japan's
for
real?
the. I'm not using it for the thing. I'm just using it because Jason said something and I kind of want to see it because I thought it'd be funny.
Okay. So Jason, you're saying Captain New Japan's real. Rob, you're saying Captain
Damn
Insano's
right,
real.
Captain Insano's real.
Captain New Japan
Let's
is real.
go!
God damn.
He was kind of a mascot for New Japan Pro Wrestling. He looks goofy as fuck.
He looks like...
And
He's basically Captain America if he was a Japanese professional
Yeah.
wrestler.
Yeah. Captain Insano is from the movie The Waterboy with Adam Sandler.
That's why I fucking.
He is played by a real wrestler in the movie though.
That's
Yes, he is, but the character itself is not a real wrestler. It came close. He almost wrestled as Captain Insano in real life one time, but it never happened.
damn.
Yeah. The next round. Oh, my favorite round that I made.
This is my favorite. This is the best one.
All right, so right now it's 3-2 for Jason, depending on how this goes, we have to have a tiebreaker we'll think of on this round. All right, real or fake? Kane. Fake Kane.
What?
Gain. Candy cane. Green cane. Blue cane. Cocaine. One of these are fake, the rest are real.
Wait, so we're picking the fake one on this one?
Yes, you need to find the fake one.
Yeah.
You need to sniff them out.
Huh?
6 of the 7 of these things people have been a version of Kane.
So
that is wrestled.
That has actually wrestled.
I feel like the ones that are definitely real are Kane, fake Kane, green Kane, and blue Kane.
Okay. You think fake Kane is real?
I think fake Kane is definitely real. I think that's too funny to not be real.
So run me through what you think is real again.
So I think Kane, obviously, I think Kane is real. I think fake Kane is real. I think green Kane is real, and I think blue Kane is real.
Okay, I will give you some help too as well for both of you. Not saying that any of your answers are right or wrong so far. These were all played by different people.
Yeah, I mean, I would kind of guess that.
Okay, I'm just making sure, like, you guys know it's not the same person.
Okay.
Jason, what do you think?
I'm thinking it's either the blue Kane or the green Kane that's fake, or 2, you're psyching us out, and fake Kane is the fake Kane of Kane, and all the rest of them are real. Like, you're gonna pull like a switcheroo on us. You know what I mean?
Let me get your final answers.
How about we whittle them down? You guys can whittle them down and like eliminate them one by one.
No. I think having to pick between all these is funnier. How about this? If you both get it wrong, I'll eliminate that one until someone gets it.
Wait, if we both agree
If you guys both get it wrong, the ones that you got wrong will be gone, and it'll be like just the ones that you didn't guess left that you have to figure out.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Jason, you have a guess?
And I'll say if you do it I'll say however many are left if you guess the right one, you get that many points, so Rob can come back and win.
What?
Potentially. I say if you get it with like 2 Kanes left that haven't been eliminated, you would get 3 points. Or no, you get 2 points.
So basically, this is unless there's literally 1 Kane left, this is for all the marbles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's more fun.
Sure.
Jason, you have a pick for the fake
guess?
Kane, the fake Kane fake.
Fellas, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little overstimulated by all this Kane.
There's too many Kanes.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I think I'm going with cocaine. I think cocaine is the only fake one.
Okay. You guys have the same answer too. That's fine. But Jason, what do you think?
I am gonna go with candy cane.
Is the fake one. Both of those are real.
Okay.
You now have 4 choices.
I'm going with fake
5 choices.
cane.
No, we have 5 choices. They're all. I mean, we can choose any of them.
Yeah.
Yes. Just not candy cane or cocaine.
Yeah, I'm
You're
going
right.
with
I
fake
miscounted.
cane.
miscounted.
I think that's just regular old cane, and you're playing a tomfoolery on us.
I think I'm gonna go with blue cane.
Both of those are real. You're down to the last 3. You have Kane, Gain,
And green
and
cane.
Green Kane.
All right, I think I gotta go with gain.
You're gonna go with Gain, Jason?
I'm overthinking it, but what if regular old
What if the
cane
original cane is the fake
it's the
one?
fake one all along?
I guess if you guys both get this wrong, I guess Jason wins because nobody got it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh fuck, I don't know. God, I don't know.
Rob, you're locked in with Gain, correct?
I think I'm locked in. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm locked in with Gain.
Rob is full on Team Gain right now.
Can I get a question?
If Gain is real.
Can I get a question?
I reserve the right. I reserve the right to answer.
That's
it,
fair.
For sure.
Is this a professional wrestler on a professional wrestling network?
Do you mean like a big company?
Like WWE, AEW, like even fucking TNA?
So a couple of these are like indies. There was a run on the indies of well, I'm not gonna say that just yet.
Sorry. So all of these Kanes, I know they're played by different people, but they're not connected. They don't share the same Kane universe.
The Kaneverse.
No, I'll explain after a little bit, but technically no.
I'm sure some of them. I'm sure. Okay. I'm sure Kane exists, and I think Green Kane and Blue Kane were jokes on Kane. Like they're like, oh my god, what? And then the fake Kane, Candy Cane, and Cocaine all came from the fact that there's now several Kanes. And I think Gain is the only one that's not real. But it's a joke that's been taken so far. I think that's my thought.
Rob, I think I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go with Gain.
Gain is real.
It's fucking Kane.
What?
Tell me it's Kane.
No, it's Green Kane.
You're between Kane and Green.
It's Green Kane. Green Kane is the only one that's
you know
not
what?
real.
For the bit, I'm going with Kane.
I kind of hope Kane is the fake one.
Fuck, we're gonna need to have a tiebreaker because Green Kane is
Yes!
fake. But he was the Christmas creature at one point.
Jason, do you want to just do a coin flip and call it a night?
We could. Here's the thing. When we were choosing between the three of them, I almost went with Green Kane. Because I went, something's not right.
So the story behind this is, Kane was real. He was in WWE for a long time. He had a storyline with fake Kane because a movie was coming out or whatever. It was some weird shit, but the original Kane was unmasked, and then fake Kane showed up, and he beat real Kane in a match, and then the next night they were like, fuck this bit, and got rid of real Kane or fake Kane. Real Kane stayed. Gain is so the first one to happen was Blue Kane, right? So Blue Kane was a indie wrestler, and he just came out to snow, and people thought it was really funny, because like Kane's whole thing is he would summon fire, so he summoned snow. This was like an indie thing. It was a joke, and then
Kane is red, so he's blue, right? So it's like let's just do the opposite.
Then came Cocaine. He does 8 balls in the ring and then goes crazy. Not a joke. Well, it's not real drugs, but he does do that. And then came Gain, because Kane in real life now, since he's retired as wrestler, is the mayor of Knoxville County, Tennessee.
Is he actual mayor?
Trump...
Yeah. Wow.
If you look up Kane, he's played by Glenn Jacobs. He is the actual mayor of Knoxville County.
That's wild, actually.
And he's very like right-wing Trump supporter, like heavy Trump like right-wing supporter.
It's Tennessee.
So yeah, so Gain is pretty was I don't know if it was used to piss him off or whatever. And then Candy Cane was just the female version of the joke. Green Kane was never real. It's like Green Kane's like a Mandela effect thing. People think it's real, but it never happened. So yeah, I don't know what to do for a tiebreaker.
We need to figure out a tiebreaker.
I was just gonna say do a fucking
a coin flip might be easier than thinking of something on the fly.
I think I have an extra one. Hold on. I think I have an extra one that I wrote down. Okay. I'm gonna give you 2 names. I'm not gonna show you the pictures. You guys tell me which one's real, which one's fake.
Okay.
All right. We have Dry Rub Doug.
That's the real one.
Hold on.
That's the real one. No question. Versus Balls Mahoney.
Dry Rub
Doug is
the real one.
We're both saying this is the tiebreaker.
No, Jason, are you 100%? You're 100% with Dry Rub Doug?
What's the name of the other one?
Balls
Mahoney. How about this? How about this? Jason, since Jason had the lead going all the way, he gets to choose first. Rob, you get whatever the one he gets to choose.
I'm perfectly okay with that.
See, Dry Rub Doug is funny, but is that a wrestler?
If you're not going with it, I'm gladly taking Dry Rub.
I think I might go with Balls Mahoney. I feel like that might... I feel like that's
100%. Oh, I am so on board with fucking Dry Rub Doug.
Robin's full team Dry Rub Doug.
Team Dry Rub. If Dry Rub Doug doesn't exist, I will join WWE and become Dry Rub Doug.
We're locked in then?
Locked in, Dry Rub Doug.
Unfortunately, Rob, you have lost. Balls Mahoney is real. Dry Rub Doug, and I can explain some of these characters now. WWE did a YouTube show, like a skit show, called Southpaw Regional Wrestling, and it was a parody of like old 80s style wrestling with over the top characters. So like Big Bartholomew was from that. Rene Paret was from that.
So the funny ones were from that. Pork Chop Jones was from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then and Dry Rub Doug was from that as well.
I have to look up a picture of Dry Rub Doug now.
Please
Beaver
do.
cleavage.
Send it to me so I can put it in the podcast.
Beaver cleavage is great.
They're all pretty good.
Oh my god.
Yeah. What'd you guys think? Was that fun?
That was fun. I had fun.
I love this guy.
No, I gotta look it up.
Put it in general. Yeah, put it in like in general.
I love this guy. Oh my god, I love him.
Did you see his tag team partner?
No, who's his tag team partner? I see him, but I don't see a name on him.
Hold on. Dry Rub Doug. I can find it if you give me a second.
It was Frantic Frank.
Frantic Frank.
Frantic Frank.
Oh man.
Oh my god, dude! One day we'll have to do like a bit of just going through the entire Southpaw Regional Wrestling like names because they're all amazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that was glad you guys have fun. Yeah, I'm down to do games once in a while if you guys make one, or I'll probably make more in the future. We'll probably do this. We'll probably play this one again at some point. But Jason, congrats! You're the first ever podcast champion.
Yay! What do I win?
You're
no longer the unfuckable.
I'll take it.
You're the unfuckable champion.
Hold on, I have to
wait. Unfuckable champion? Is that what we're calling this?
No, you're just the unfuckable.
No,
you're unfuckable champion because you are the champion. You're also unfuckable.
Okay, that's fair.
Hold on, I have to bring this to your attention, guys, because because obviously I typed in Dry Rub Doug into Google, right?
Yeah.
And what does Google recommend me? I have, Doug's Hometown Foods, Doug's Barbecue Rib Seasoning, and then I have a link to the Home Depot.
Okay.
Is there anything
else?
The
Home Depot sells Dry Rub.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I did not.
Yeah,
know.
they sell like barbecue stuff and like barbecue like grocery supplies.
Yeah, but
you could buy bags of chips and cases of soda from Home Depot now.
What did you think Dry Rub was?
I know what Dry Rub is. This is a food thing.
Okay.
This is a food thing. Why is Home Depot selling food?
Because they can make money on it.
I mean, I get the snacks at like the fucking front count, like the fucking cash. I get that. I get everybody does that because you see a bag of chips, you're like, ooh, man, I could use some chips. Yeah, I got all this lumber. I got all this lumber in my cart. I got a couple of screws. Let me get a bag of chips. Fuck it. Dry Rub.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if they put like a display stand of Dry Rubs next to the blacktop grills, that might make them more money.
You also gotta
Rob,
think,
you know who builds things out of the lumber from Home Depot?
My dad. Anyway.
Men. Men. And you know what men do? They dry rub, okay?
Listen, man. Listen, no.
Maybe
I don't know about you guys, but I mean, look, listen, I don't prefer anything dry rubbed, all right?
I'm not a dry rubber personally,
dry
but
rubber. I'm more interested in some wet rub, all right?
I like it being kind of smooth, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the secret to how they made those Home Depot hot dogs taste so goddamn good.
Home Depot hot dogs?
They dry rub they dry rub the hot dogs?
I don't know if they actually do, but you guys never had like outside of Home Depot they had like a hot dog little stand?
How often do you go to a Home Depot?
As a kid, not often, but like whenever my dad had a project, I'd go with him and we get a hot dog.
I think I've been to the Home Depot maybe 4 times in my life, and that might be overestimating.
I've been to the Home Depot 4 times this year.
Let me find a picture. Yeah, James, you're not like you're in the minority on this one, because
Jason.
Well, what I was gonna bring up was, did you guys ever go to like one of those like little DIY things as a kid that they would do at the Home Depot, where you'd build like a birdhouse or something?
No, but that sounds awesome.
Yeah, like I
kind of wish I did as a kid, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Apron, and then they would give me a little pin for each thing I built. Yeah.
I think I remember this.
Cool.
Yeah.
You still have the pins?
No, that was like 20 years ago, man. Yeah, I don't know where they would be, but yeah, I remember it kind of vividly. It's weird. Like I did it for a short period of time and then never did it again.
Just unlocked memories for Jason.
I think because they only offered it for a limited time.
Probably.
I remember this happening at the Home Depot in our area.
Yeah.
When it was over by where that fucking
the diner was.
Over by the diner. No, the diner's still there. Yeah, over with.
Well, no, the diner's still there.
Yeah, you know they're opening a Planet Fitness over there now.
Yes, I get ads for it on Facebook all the time.
I got this from my fucking. Oh, actually, no. You know what? I did get that on fucking Facebook. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know why they're pushing it so much.
They're listening.
Home Depot still does it. Join us at 9 a.m. the first Saturday of every month.
Oh my god, we should all go and like we should get together and all go and do it as like a.
That sounds like a fantastic.
Honestly, that's
idea.
a great video idea.
So funny.
That sounds like a really funny video idea. And see who gets the most pins.
And well, while we do it, we have to ask all the people their Pop-Tart.
We gotta get the workers to rank them.
we gotta get their Pop-Tart rankings and the first one they think of.
Yeah, we gotta ask them what they think of when they think of Pop-Tarts, and then they need to rank our little birdhouses.
I just
rank
think,
the
I
little
just think it'd be really
birdhouses.
funny.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be really funny to be in a group of kids and all look around and be like, so who else drove themselves here?
Just the 4 of us raise our hands.
The 4 of us raise our fucking hands.
Oh,
Like,
I Ubered.
Like 5-year-olds. Yeah, so some kid who's obviously like the rich kid's like, my chauffeur drove me.
I'm gonna staple your fucking toes to the ground, idiot.
My papa.
Kid,
My
why are you
papa
at Home
sent
Depot?
me.
I'm gonna drive a 1/4-inch nail through the fucking front of your shoe, idiot. Get out of that.
My dad said I had to learn how to build things, so I'm at the Home Depot.
Papa said I could only inherit his riches if I learned how to build a birdhouse.
Do you know what we should do when we all get together as like one of those like video ideas, like one of those like like all day like fast food challenges, like where they like
like what Doug did.
Yeah, like what Doug did.
Oh, like we go like, oh, can we get what the person in front of us got, and then we all gotta eat it.
Or I think like the one that I'm thinking about is they literally like tried to like go to as many fast food places as possible in one day.
Well, I like the idea of like having to like get exactly what the people in front of you order.
Yeah.
And having to eat it
I feel
all.
like that's would like work really poorly because I'm a vegetarian.
That's true.
Ooh.
So like any meat
Rob
would have to be that you guys would have to eat, and then I could have like anything else, which would just be
I'm gonna give Rob the lettuce off my burger.
Yeah. It would just be like the unwanted vegetables, the fucking like.
Ew, tomatoes. Here, Rob.
Yeah, like fucking like if you go to like Taco Bell and you get like, oh look, they got a bean burrito here. You can have this, and you get the cinnamon.
Why the fuck did they get extra lettuce? Here you go, Rob.
Fucking cinnamon twists on this shit, or whatever, and like you go to fucking.
I'm eating the fucking cinnamon twist.
Oh hell yeah. Okay, one thing that I'm not forced to eat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Rob's our Rob eats all the rabbit food.
Yeah, eat all the rabbit food while you boys munch down on the meat. I know you all like meat very much.
While we munch down on the rabbit.
You munch down.
There's nothing I love more than meat. Okay.
Yeah. You guys love your meat.
Mm-hmm. And dry rub.
I have another thing I wanted to ask. Another thing I wanted to ask if y'all don't mind here. Minnie, you'd say that like I've helped you with a good amount of tech issues, right?
Yeah.
And like,
I'm pretty bad at tech.
I've streamlined your life quite a bit in terms of tech, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at tech, and you have helped me a lot.
How many hours, like, how many days would you say I've given you in free time for not having to deal with tech issues anymore?
Oh God.
My first thought was at least 12 hours.
Rookie numbers.
In just small things that I've. Well, hold on. We're gonna get to something in a second. But I wanted this number first before I get into the real thing I want to bring up.
I would actually say you've probably saved me like over a day in like time trying to figure stuff out.
Okay. See, I'm happy that you're saying a day, because I was like, ooh, 24 hours seems like a lot.
I will actually give you full credit. You have helped me a lot with a lot of tech issues.
Yeah, because like your whole mic setup was like bought.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah,
and then I set that all up for you. But my question was, because I'm sure you still have a lot of tech issues. Like we may have had one today that took us like an hour to fix.
Okay, that's my USB port literally fucking died.
That's wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like on your tower or like on your motherboard.
That was the most depressed I've heard Mandingy ever.
Dude, I was just so defeated. I had a long day at work, and I was just so defeated by the end.
Man.
Logan, I don't know if you saw my stream, but I literally grabbed a drink and started drinking. I was like, I'm over this shit.
I did not. I wasn't looking because it was going to lag.
Dude, I cracked open a cold one. I was like, I'm fucking over this shit.
Dude, we gotta do the drunk
You were winning most of the game
Degen
too, which is
101.
funny. Oh my god, we do. But anyways, so my question was, like, I'm sure you still have a lot of tech issues or a lot of things that, like, you don't have optimized. And I think, like, the three other people in this call, like me, Jason, and Rob, are all pretty good with tech and figuring shit out. Like, we can figure shit out, right?
Sure.
So if us three came over, how much time do you think we could save by streamlining your entire life?
I don't know. I haven't thought about this.
I thought about this today at work.
Listen, I actually don't know how unoptimized I am. So that's the thing. I can't put an estimate on it because I don't know if I'm unoptimized or not.
Here's my thing
I
too,
feel like you
Logan. I just wanna bring to attention a little bit about my setup, because like while my setup is like I have a nice graphics card, I have like a CPU it's all put in nice, and I have a nice cooler and all everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I've built computers for people, and I fixed people's computers. Like I fixed Cap's computer, I fixed Jason's computer, I built a computer for one of our other friends. You know, I've done like a lot of fucking shit with this. My personal computer is so fucking unoptimized. It is just an absolute fucking disaster. Complete fucking mess. My wires everywhere, all over the fucking place. I put in that new TV a couple weeks ago. It just got wires hanging off of it here and there. I just pushed one behind it because that's an HDMI. The HDMIs are on the side. There's a whole thing in my mount where I could just put the fucking wires. I didn't do that. That would simplify everything. So I didn't do it. I didn't do it at all.
Okay, so
hold on. This is why it was a team effort though, because you could streamline like the computer, like the actual computer itself, like the internals. I could get like his programs running very efficiently because that's what I'm good at, and Jason can organize everything because Jason is a very organized person.
This is okay. Hold on. Number one,
what I've seen.
No, I'm not, because
Unless
I
I'm
have
wrong.
issues with.
You've sent me pictures,
but like if you look under my desk, you don't want to do that. Actually, don't.
Okay,
if you looked under my desk, a lot of people have a stroke.
What I can do is I could take like all of your like separate like things, like your PlayStation, your computer, and like your television, and like streamline it together to make it very like simple. And like, let's say you want to play like Persona 3 on your TV, but you only have it on Steam. I can help you set that up. I literally have my PS5 connected to an HDMI splitter with my Switch. I have the HDMI out of that going to my input on the graphics card. And then I run a 20-foot cable of the output that goes straight to my 50-inch TV. So that way I could either play the games at my desk or at my TV, depending on how I'm feeling, with like no extra labor.
I want to just
see. If I wanted to play my PS5 at my TV, I'd have to move it across my room.
And that's where I would come in.
Okay.
Yeah. So like back to.
I want to tell you again how fucking like unoptimized my fucking wiring is. Because if I wanted to play my PS5 on my TV, I have to swap HDMI's because
oh my God.
I have a fucking switch. I have an HDMI switch. It's not set up. When I fucking changed all my fucking... I didn't fucking set it up. I fucking was just it's here, whatever. It's not, I have the fucking... It's not set up. It's not set up. It's per every ounce of intent was there. But no,
How long do you have it? How long have you had it?
At least a year and a half, maybe 2.
I'm trying not to yell because it's like midnight when we're recording this, but you've had a splitter for a year and a half. And
no, a switch. I have an HDMI switch.
Oh my fucking God. Have you even opened the box?
It's literally plugged in. It's like, it's wired in, but the fucking way I have it set up, it's basically just an extender. Because I just don't fucking...
All right, Jason, how much of Rob's time do you think we could save if we just went and fixed everything?
If we sent Jason to Rob's house, how much time are we saving him?
This changed the entire
life. Oh yeah.
How do you have an HDMI splitter that you plugged in and never did anything with?
I had every intention of setting it up, putting it all together, doing all this stuff, making everything all nice. I did none of it. Because as soon as I got it working, I'm like, all right, cool, fuck it, whatever. It works enough.
So you really just have to plug in the HDMIs and you're fine.
That's all you have to do.
And I have like 3 spare HDMIs. It's not even a problem. Like I need more HDMI. I have like 3 of them sitting in a basket, fucking 3 feet from me.
It would take you 30 seconds.
You could do that now.
Yeah,
as we're talking.
Yeah,
I could. Am I gonna do it? Fucking absolutely not. I'm literally not gonna fucking...
Jason can walk to your house, plug it in for you, and walk back before the podcast is over.
Well, I mean, if Jason leaves, we're just gonna put the podcast on hold.
No, we continue it. He'll be back before we wrap up.
Hold on. You know what?
I can't believe this.
Like,
are you plugging it in?
Let's see if I am. Unless I get distracted by something, we'll get it.
Can you send me a picture of like your setup?
You know what? I'll send you straight up
before and after.
I'll send you straight up a picture of what I'm looking at right now. Just how everything is.
Hold on, I'm sending.
Yeah. Just put it in general.
I need this wider. There we go.
Because I'll pull pictures for the podcast from the general chat. I can't believe you had it for a year and a half.
Also, just to put it into perspective, this is all that Rob needs to do. I'm posting it in general.
Yeah.
There, we'll do that. That's good.
Yeah, that's it.
I literally just have the consoles plugged in, and I used half a command strip.
I also hold on.
My Ethernet. I have the Ethernet set up properly, just like that. I have the Ethernet set up properly. It's all nice. It's all good. HDMI's, on the other hand, apparently, I just fucking forgot about. Hey, wow. Okay, wait, hold on. What is this?
To be fair on mine. Oh my God. To be fair on mine. Mine doesn't have the other cording because I'm redoing some of my setup right now. So like, it's not there. But like, I also have one right there. But like, things are a mess because I'm redoing some stuff.
I don't have a splitter.
But yeah, there's mine.
Okay, I need to.
I can't take a picture of it because it's way behind there. But I have a. Actually, no, I can take a picture of it. I have a Ethernet splitter as well.
I had to get an Ethernet splitter.
You have the Elgato S or HD S Plus, whatever the hell it's called.
No, it's a random one I got on Amazon for like $10.
Talking about the capture card.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, there's
I had that, but mine shit the bed.
Yep, I had to get the exact same thing the other day.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna.
It's great though. I love it.
If we're taking pictures and just posting pictures places, like
just posting pictures. I can't believe you work in tech for a living.
Yeah, I do.
That's why he doesn't want to do it at home. It's like bringing work home.
And he already does that.
Picture of my setup and a picture of my Ethernet splitter. Beautiful, right? Ethernet splitter is beautiful. My setup is a fucking chaotic disaster. That's whatever.
I'm good to post that, right?
You're good to post that. I left out anything that could be attached to my job. Is this an HDMI?
No, not your job. Just because it was
this like. This is an HDMI. One end. This is
making sure.
Okay, this is an HDMI. All right, I have an HDMI here. What is this? Okay. I know what this is. That's a Wi-Fi dongle. Okay.
I didn't think we'd be walking the IT guy through how to set up an
HDMI. No. You guys are just basically forcing me.
What is 1 hour.
Wait, what is this? Oh, I know what.
I need you to take 1 hour and fix it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Why do I have 3 of these?
I can't. I like you have all the makings of a good setup. You have like the shelves are really nice to put all your stuff. You have the monitors, you have the TV up there. You have the outline of a good setup, and it's just awful.
You know what? Because it's comfortable. That's the issue. It's comfortable.
That you know what? I can't.
It's straight up like this shit is just like lived in. Like it's got dust from like years. It just chills. And it's just this is how things work, and this is great.
My stuff's not nothing special, but this is giving me like an aneurysm.
Oh, you know what I need to do?
That you have had a 1.5 year HDMI splitter just sitting there.
You know what I have to do?
Yeah.
I have to get another HDMI. I'm probably sure I have one. I have to get another HDMI.
You have to?
Because if I wanted to do this on my TV, I would need an HDMI from each my PS5 and my Switch to the HDMI switch to my fucking. Is it an Elgato? It is an Elgato. To my Elgato, and then an HDMI out from my Elgato to my TV, which would have to run behind the desk. So I need one that's longer than the one that I currently am holding, which is.
Well,
I think we cracked the code on why he hasn't done it yet. He just didn't have a long enough cable and never bought one.
No, I probably have at least 2 more HDMIs in this room. I just don't look for them.
Not that we have to wrap up yet, but maybe we'll get an update next week on if he's done it.
I highly doubt you will.
I'll ask. It'll be the first thing.
I highly doubt you will. And I think by the end of the year we'll understand the reasoning why.
I know why, Rob.
I
know why.
I think you know why. There's no like, there's no nothing like formal or official yet. There's just wires and I'll clean that up later, maybe.
Maybe.
It's literally I took the wires out of my basket, and that was a VGA and a fucking GameCube to Game Boy adapter and an old Chromecast on the ground. No, nothing formal or nothing, but I have appointments scheduled to look into some things because my life is a fucking disaster and somehow I exist. I'm not gonna let you guys share this on the podcast, but I kind of want to take a picture of the back wall of my room. Just
let me just like react to it.
Oh god!
I won't.
You know what?
Just make sure you put a note. Just make sure you put a note to not put it in the episode. Please.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna. This is.
We're also talking about. This is right
horrifying.
Now,
so. I mean, it's fine to talk about, but we can't show. He doesn't want it to be shown, which is.
Yeah, I know. We're talking about it. So like.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's horrifying, and please know that yes, there is cleaning that has to be done, which most of it will get done tomorrow. Please don't post on the podcast. Heart.
I'm excited. I am excited to see whatever this is.
Yeah.
This is the back half or back corner, I should say, of my room.
Rob, here's the thing. I can't even fault you because I've had times where it's been like
that.
No.
I can't fault you.
This is not times. This is not times. This is how I exist,
this
bros.
Really, this is, compared to some other things I've seen, this really isn't.
It really isn't,
dude. the way you were hyping up, I was expecting like Asmongold.
No,
honestly,
no.
I was like, oh no.
The thing is, I have a woman who generally, at least once a week comes over to my house, so gets cleaned.
And Rob, the thing is too is that before you redid your room, like it looked worse. Like you've really like come a long way from where it was.
Oh, it did. But I mean, I gotta tell you that fucking back dresser fucking thing that was cleaned off like December.
Okay.
How it got back.
You just kind of put shit there, man. Like I get it. Like
I don't even know what half of that shit is though. That's the fucking issue.
Why do you have 4 laundry baskets?
Because it's the substitute for laundry chair.
It's just a tower of baskets.
I mean, the hamper is for dirty clothes. That all goes there. Besides the socks that are laying on my gym shoes for some reason. Not pictured.
Okay, and then the 3 stacked up each other that all have clothes in them are your clean clothes.
Oh yeah, the bottom one is just some sheets that I need to put away.
Do you just rock them out of the basket?
Sometimes I put them away.
Depends on the week. Depends on the week.
I am similar to that aspect where I will just like leave clothes in the basket.
It's laundry chair. It's laundry chair.
Listen, I have clothes in my basket right now. Last week I folded them, put them all away. This week haven't done it.
Yeah, I sometimes once in a while I'll fold, but I'll be honest, I'm out of the basket quite a bit, which I need to stop doing.
I'd say 3 out of the 4 weeks of the month I am laundry out of the basket.
Yeah,
I would say 3/4 of the months out of the year I am out of the basket. And then like when they go away, I have like a basket, and it's just filled with the sheets that need to technically be rewashed probably because they've just been gathering dust for who knows how long. I don't know how long those have been there. They were clean. I don't know if you can consider them clean anymore. I'm really outing myself tonight.
You really are, but like,
it's okay.
It's perfectly.
I'm sure we're all gonna have moments like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we do a podcast. We're all gonna have. Like, I have a moment I'm about to out myself at, but I wanted to ask if anyone else had anything before I get into this story because it's been a pretty Logan heavy episode.
I have at least one more thing I want to talk about. It's Persona 4 that I told you about before.
Okay. I mean, we are
because
an hour in, so like we can go fucking longer. I don't care.
Because you and I disagree heavily on the subject of a P4 remake.
Yeah, well, we could say so. Summer Games Fest is this weekend, upcoming weekend, right?
It'll come. The first day of it is when this podcast will come out.
There's no way they have a P4 remake ready like this soon after a P3 remake.
I don't think we need a P4 remake. I think it's still a game that like plays well. I haven't finished it, but I have played it. It still plays fine. It still looks fine. It does it. We just got Persona 5 like 5 years, like 7 years ago, and we still haven't got Persona 6. Which I get they're making metaphor, and I need to play that because apparently it's better than all the Persona games from what I've heard. But Persona, like, let me look up when it came out. Hold on.
Persona 4 Golden came out June 14th, 2012.
Okay, yeah. Why are we remaking a game from 2012 after you just remade a game from like 2006? Fucking
technically, it's like it's as if we have Oblivion remastered and then they make Skyrim remastered.
Yeah, that's what it is. Exactly. That's literally what it is.
But it's like the issue is it's like actually what were the graphics and what did
Can I say some thoughts that I have on this?
Please,
because I do.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
oh
podcast,
wow, really?
Yeah,
no, I'm kidding. So I think there's two main points that I'm having. I think one is that a lot of new gamers who have maybe gotten introduced to RPGs through Metaphor, through Persona 3 Reload, through like the Like a Dragon series. I think, and I'm talking like younger gamers too, like probably like 13 and younger, or 15 and younger. I think they just have higher standards, and as much as we can be like, yeah, Persona 4 isn't the best looking game out there, but it looks fine, it's servable, it serves its purpose, and it holds up well, younger gamers and newer gamers aren't going to be able to look past that. It's like, for me, personally, it's really hard to go back to, like, PS1 graphics or Nintendo 64 graphics.
See, Jason, that's my big thing, right? Like, sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but, like, I played Persona 3 Reload and then Persona 5 Royale, and then I tried to play P4 Golden, and I just couldn't.
Yep. And actually, I was there for that.
I just couldn't. Because P3 Reload is such an optimized game. P4 Golden is a PS Vita game, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just couldn't get into it, and I really wanted to.
So, Persona 4 Golden just released on Steam and, like, PC in 2023, I believe. So there's, like, it doesn't look... I mean, it looks a little bit better, but there's an upgraded version that's optimized for the controls and all of that. That's
I think the point I'm making is from a, not necessarily, like, a graphics standpoint, it's an aesthetic standpoint.
I actually think the game looks fine graphically. I don't have a problem with that. It's just... everything else, I couldn't do.
I think that there is value in experiencing a game in its original form,
but there isn't exactly money in it, and that's what you got to think about when you're talking about, like, a business.
That's true, but I think if you make Persona 6, you're gonna make more money than a Persona 4 remake.
Can I jump in when you?
Yeah. Let me get through this thought real quick. I think we're getting in a habit in the gaming industry of remaking things way too quickly. Like, look at the fucking Last of Us. How many times have they?
The Last of Us is a problem.
Remake? Yeah, that's a problem. But, like, we just made P3. I think you gotta give it like you gotta give it some time before you start remaking these games. I get this. It is kind of like, I'm kind of realizing this game is like 20 years old now. Is getting close to being 20 years old now.
It's like 13 years old. It's an older...
the original came out in 2008.
2008, I think. 2008.
Okay, so the game is 17 years old.
Which, the original Persona 3 came out in 2006, so...
Yeah. So they're making these quick. I think we need to have, like, a 20-year, like, limit before you can remake a game. Because, like, I get, it make a bad game, but this game is still really good.
And, Logan,
and it's just...
I go ahead, but I have a thing for your point about, like, more money being made in P6. Okay, so Persona 3 Reload in its first week sold 1 million copies.
How much did P5 sell? Well, P5, it wasn't as popular when P5 came out, but let me look.
Yeah, but, like, that's a lot of copies in 1 week of a game being
P5
out.
really got people, like, into Persona.
Persona 5's... Yeah. Okay, so to...
especially with Joker being in Smash, too.
Oh, that helped a lot. Counter that point. Persona 5 sold 3.2 million copies on the PS3 and PS4. Royale sold 4 million copies on the PS4, PS5, and PC, Switch, and Xbox. By April 2023. And it sold 2.3 on the PS4 alone. And Strikers, the spin-off game, sold slightly more than 2 million copies.
Okay, but here's the thing. That's total. Persona 3 Reload was in its first week.
Okay, hold on. Week? P5 week, first week sale. Which, I don't think it's fair, because to look at this, I'm still going to look at it, but P5 was the game that got people into it, and people started pretty late.
I know. I am just saying, like, I think that's not a fair point to make, was, like, the money thing. Because...
Yeah.
Also, it's important to note that P5 came out in Japan first.
True.
They all came out in Japan first.
I think P3 released...
Reload released worldwide, I believe.
Reload, yes.
Yeah.
Because basically they're like, oh yeah, because P5 made everything super fucking popular. That's the thing. Especially Royal. Royal made shit so fucking popular, just worldwide. They put Joker in Smash. There's fucking like all sorts, like,
they made a plethora of
spin-offs. So, which they do with every Persona game since 3. They made so many fucking different ones. But the big thing I think the biggest fucking thing is they had, they put Joker in so much shit. Joker was fucking everywhere.
I knew who Joker was before I even touched a Persona game.
So I found the sales on original P5 in its first a few days after its launch in North America and Europe. It shipped 1.5 million copies.
Okay.
Worldwide.
Okay.
And that was the shipped and sold, but this is about okay. So so it reached 500,000 copies shipped in Japan alone in October when it came out in 2017. Which the game launched there in September. December 13th. Okay, yeah. So this was the biggest Persona launch of all time. Was Persona 5. So I don't know. I think does P4 need a remake eventually? Yes, but I think it should be I don't know why they don't do remake mainline kind of
I think this is.
I think for a minute when they were doing Kiwami
Logan,
games.
I think this is going to go to my second point that I wanted to bring up with this is that, like James had mentioned, because I think sales do play a part in this. Persona 3 Reload made what was it, 1 million in its first week. So and over time it probably grossed more, probably between 2 and 10. I don't know the exact number.
Especially with the DLC.
It's probably sitting between I'd say probably 2 and 5. I'll try to find it.
The point I want to make is that when a business sees that, they say, "Great, how can we do more of this and make more money?" I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's what it is. Mm-hmm. What they probably realized is by doing a Persona 4 remake, they can actually probably reuse a ton of assets from Persona 3 Reload, since it's probably going to use the same engine. So their cost
that reused a bunch of assets from Persona 5.
True. So they
that
so
being said,
they can make the product for less money, and then make a ton of profit. And people want it. People want a Persona 4 remake. I know you don't agree with that, but I think a lot of people do.
I'm not saying I don't want it. I'm not saying I don't want it. I just think that I just think that it's probably too soon after just doing a P3
I want to weigh in. As soon as you're done, I want to weigh in with something.
Yeah. I will say that there is, using the whole. There's two things I want to say. Using the whole asset remake thing. You can still make new games using assets. I know we brought them up a couple times in this argument, but the Yakuza series or Like a Dragon series is the king of reusing assets, and that's how they release 5 games a year somehow. Being a small studio, because they just reuse a bunch of assets that are very clear, but people don't care because they make really quality games and really good games that still feel unique while reusing assets. And you can do that. If that was the main thing they wanted to do, is reuse assets to make the game quicker and make money, it's possible to do that with a new game. Secondly, oh fuck, I think I lost it. I think there's value in playing the original version as well. Because I do want to go back and play the original P3, because it's all different voice actors and there's gonna be a different vibe with some of the characters. But even games that get remade that desperately need one, again, the Yakuza series. I went back and I haven't finished it, but I started playing the original one that came out on PS2. I think there's value in experiencing that and seeing what that was like, and I enjoyed doing that. So I think there's value in experiencing the original game first, and then seeing the differences in the remake, because that's how most people are going to experience it who are a fan of the series.
On a base level of that argument, I agree with you. I just don't think the modern people have the attention span or the time.
And they're stupid.
Well, no, they're not stupid, because you have so much. You have so much time. You have so little time during your day. Are you gonna try to figure out how you can play the old game that doesn't even let you control your own party members, or are you gonna play the brand new shiny remake that you could put right on your TV right now and enjoy?
See, the thing is with that too, it's like the remake is more welcoming to new people to the series. So again, we have Persona 5, which is absolutely huge, just gigantic. And fucking everybody and their mother has heard about fucking Joker from Persona 5. Everybody's fucking heard about it.
Yeah.
When they go, oh hey, that series is having they're releasing a new game. They don't know it's a remake. Casual people don't know it's a fucking remake. They go, oh, they're releasing a new. Oh, it's a 3. Wait a minute. Okay, wait, hold on. And they're like, oh, there's an old one. Okay, all right, but there's a shiny new one. Yeah. So, and then also, a point I wanted to make earlier, despite Persona 3 Reload, production was started in 2019. But Atlas did conduct a consumer-led survey in Japan in 2022, that said that basically the Japanese market wanted a Persona 3 remake, along with Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Persona 2 Eternal Punishment.
See, that's what I think. I think if they're remaking games, and I'll let you finish your point in a second. If they're remaking games, they should remake Persona 1 and 2.
They totally should. I 100% agree.
I agree. They definitely should.
Rob, was that Japan or worldwide?
And sunglasses
that was
boss,
Japan exclusive.
So, I feel awful because I'm like defending big companies, but you got to think worldwide. Americans don't want a Persona 2 remake. They got to think about what's worldwide, which is a Persona 3 remake and a Persona 4 remake. So I could see...
Jason confirmed has never shopped at a small business in his life.
How'd you know?
He only shops at Amazon.
That's not true. I probably shopped at a small business before.
He goes to Walmart too, okay?
Yeah, I'd say Walmart's a small business too.
Oh, God. Walmart's a small business.
I'm going to visit my local small business, Walgreens.
So what were you saying, Jason?
Yeah, sorry.
No, I think it's just, again, like, we're saying like they should remake 1 and 2, and like, yes, they should, because those are good games and they should be able to be played by modern audiences, but that's just not what modern audiences want. And whether that's because they just simply don't know about them because they're locked on the PS1 and PSP, and we're in the year of our Lord and Savior 2025, or it's just people don't want it. Like, they want more of like the Persona 5 formula because that's what's more popular. That's the point I was trying to make.
They would definitely, if they were...
And listen, this whole thing is not me saying I don't want Persona 6, because I do want Persona 6 more than I want a P4 remake. I just think the P4 remake is actually just going to be announced the day that this podcast comes out at the Summer's Game Fest.
I think that'd be really fun. This will age really poorly if it does.
I actually
I'll have egg on my face.
I actually think it's going to. And my reasoning is because the same thing that happened with Persona 3 is happening with Persona 4, where they announced like a website domain got registered for it, and that was like 3 or 4 months ago. And 3 or 4 months after they did that for P3 is when the game got announced.
Well, it kind of, they kind of leaked it themselves on Instagram of all things. Which is funny.
But like my point still stands, and the old voice cast is talking about not coming back for the remake. Right, like it's happening. Like in the past week.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I wasn't arguing that this isn't going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
So this whole thing is like not me saying like I don't want Persona 6 over Persona 4 remake, because I do, but I think we are actually just going to have this remake announced, and I think I'm just gonna wait to play Persona 4 until it comes out.
But the thing is, Logan, I understand, like, you're like, people should experience it the original way. I think having a remake of a game will push some people to experience it the original way as well. And that's people who are going to, like, look for the experience and enjoy it more than people who are like, oh, this game's so fucking old, the controls barely fucking work, I can't do this, I can't do that, blah, 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 blah. So, I think... I
want to make it clear,
Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
no, I think people who are going to play the original game after playing a remake are the people who are going to respect the original game as it was presented, as it was intended for the year that it was made, and basically take it at that value rather than like a game like Persona 3 Reload. If I'm playing Persona 3, if I'm playing the original Persona 3. I'm not expecting it to be like Reload. I'm expecting the same story, but expecting a different experience. And it's like that's.
So I think
exactly that.
Yeah.
I think it's like the opposite way.
No, I don't think so at all.
I think if you play the original first, then you get to experience a remake of it, and you can be like, oh, they changed this, they improved on this. You're going to appreciate what they did with the original, and then you're going to appreciate the changes that they made while playing that new one and feel like it's a different experience. I feel like if you do it the other way, where you play the remake first, then go back, you're kind of getting the same experience, but like less optimized. And I think the better way to go is getting the more optimized version second for a remake like that, so you can see the differences and why they felt like they had to remake.
See, this is where I disagree, because I'd rather play the most optimized version of a game first.
And then you're gonna like the game too.
Yeah,
because if I play Persona 4 Remake and I genuinely love it and I go back and play like the original Persona 4, that's sick.
I think going that route is probably not the best way to do it.
But
you were saying that like you know that you're gonna like it being optimized, but like that's kind of implying that every remake is better, and it's not true.
If it's staying true, to the story, and you're looking at the game for the story, not for the control scheme, not for how it plays, not for like fighting with it to get it to play on modern hardware. Like, if you're looking for the story, if you're looking to basically go, okay, that was fun, that was interesting. How did it look back then? How did it do this? Because then you're not like waiting for the story to play out and fighting the controls to basically play the story. You're looking at the story, you're like, oh, okay, this is between this and this. Okay, so I just gotta play for this long to do this, and I gotta get to here to do this. And you basically know what you have to do, and you're not fighting the controls. There's bad controls or like poor graphical quality or anything like that. You're not fighting those things because you know what the payoff is. You're not like you're not like oh, I don't know what's gonna go next. You know what? Never mind. This is not worth it. I'm gonna put it aside. I don't want it.
It's like going back with like a curiosity almost.
I think that's the better way to like respect an original game. Like to actually like to basically like you, okay, I know the story of Persona 3. I've played through Persona 3 Reload. I know some story beats, some things are different. Again, some voice acting, some music, some this, some that, the other thing. Obviously, the gameplay is different because it's more stylized like Persona 5 than it is like the original. That's just how that is. But
it got modernized.
It got modernized. And the thing is, I love the story modernized. Like, the story itself, even I'm aware that there's some changes, but I know it's not a completely different game. It's still the same game at its heart. The controls are different, the graphics are different. What did you say? I'm gonna
piggyback off of you once you're done with this.
Yeah, so it's like the controls are different, the graphical quality is different. Obviously, it's easier to pick up and play because it's made for modern hardware. But the story, the heart and soul of the game, and the original intent of the original developers is still there. And it's basically like, it's got a new coat of paint, it looks all fancy and new, and you're like, okay, I like this. Let me see the original. Let me see what made this game good back then.
And the perfect example I have for this, because it's one of my favorite games of all time, is the original Final Fantasy VII Remake. I cut out a little bit. The original Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because I think it captures everything of what Rob says perfectly. The story deviates from the original, but it's still a way that's digestible if you've never played the original game before, and it makes you want to go back and see what's different. And that's what a remake should do if you don't know the source material. I don't feel like I needed to play the original Final Fantasy VII in order to understand Remake.
To be fair, you guys' argument, I may be a hypocrite because my favorite game of all time is Yakuza Kiwami 2. Just a remake.
Yep. So, there you go. Like you're arguing us when that's your favorite game.
But the thing is, you played that and then you went back and played the original, right?
Well, I played a part of the original PS1, original like Yakuza 1. I haven't played 2 yet.
Yeah, but you're going back and playing the original games in the series that you fell in love with due to the remakes.
That's true. The series, I'm more doing it because of the funny English dub, but
that's fair.
But
you wouldn't have known about that if you looked at it, you'd just be like, oh, this is stupid. This is dumb. If you looked at it, if you looked at this game first rather than the remake that was like successful and brought you into the series, basically said, I love this fucking series. I want to see what else they did. What's here? What's there? What's this? You know, it's loving a series brings curiosity about that series, which brings people who would appreciate the old games to those old games.
I can understand where you're coming from. I don't think you're necessarily wrong. I just don't think it's the most optimal way to do it. However, we are almost at an hour and a half, so I think we should probably end. We can talk about this more either next week, or if you guys want to do another one tonight, which I don't think is going to happen. But anyways,
I have to go to work tomorrow.
I gotta be up at 6 in the morning.
So
fourth wall break. It is 12:30 a.m.
Yeah, I have to be up in 6 hours.
So so we'll table this. I have things that we didn't get to. We can talk about next week when we record like 2.
Final thoughts on this subject are: I want Persona 6 and I prefer Persona 6, but if and when Persona 4 Remake gets announced before, I will still be happy because I want to play
when it gets announced today.
And also, Logan, I love your argument for this. I absolutely love it. I don't want to argue like against it. But I want to argue this is
your argument is very good.
Oh my god, I would love.
It's just I disagree.
It's just a personal thing. To go back and play games play the original games and then look at the new games. But I'm always picking up the new game and then going, oh, this series is actually great. Let me look at the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I still want to do the Persona 4 Golden series, but
I'm down to do that. I'm down to do that.
I'll do it with you, and then we'll do it. Then, okay,
you guys can do it. It's not a me thing. It's just not a me thing, personally.
That's fine. Because
it's all STEM because Logan wants to do a Let's Play Persona 4 Golden, and I want to wait for the remake.
Yeah, that's literally what it's from.
So Logan, you and I will do that, and then we'll watch James play the remake.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can Let's Play of the remake with James doing it. Yeah, there's a lot. By the way, for people who have stuck around for an hour and a half, why?
I hope this is
because they enjoy our banter. That's why.
Put Persona 4 Remake in the YouTube chat in the comments.
I mean, no. I'm excited.
Then we'll know.
Well, we also will know.
No, we'll have the highlight. Yeah, they'll have. I mean, we have the highlights channel too, which I think this whole Persona 4 debate will be broken into a highlight, which will be nice. But there's other games that I definitely want to Let's Play. At one point I want you guys to play Yakuza game with me in the call, because that'll be fun. I mentioned to Rob doing a Danganronpa series, bunch of other stuff. We can do multiplayer stuff. I don't know if you guys have all played like A Way Out or anything like that, but that's something that you guys I could do with somebody, or you guys could do, things like that. So hopefully that'll happen soon with our schedule. We got to figure out what we're recording this weekend, but we'll get to that. Anyways, I'm excited to see the reaction to this. Thanks for listening to Degen 101.
Yeah, thanks for being around, guys.
This was a good one. This was a good one.
I enjoyed this one a lot.
This one was a good one. Yeah, I don't want to stop, but
we gotta stop. We gotta wrap it up. Come on.
Follow us on the X and the
it's Twitter.
What else do we have?
It's Twitter. It always will be Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. We'll probably have a TikTok by then.
We do. We have a TikTok.
We have a TikTok. Perfect.
Do we do Instagram?
Yeah, Jason. I think Jason's uploading things to it. Or working on things for tomorrow, so make it uploads this weekend.
Hopefully tomorrow. Yep. It depends on my timing and whatnot. Anyway, goodbye, podcast.
YouTube, DJ 101, DJ 101 highlights for like shorter bits of the podcast. Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, we're there too. Congrats to our first podcast champion, Jason. Congrats, we'll get you a belt or something. I don't fucking know.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait, what are we getting?
We'll get him a printout. A PNG of a belt.
I'll print out.
Can you?
We'll get him a cardboard belt.
Jason, do you have a printer?
Yo, you got one of those fancy 2D printers?